Good morning. We're going to talk about the power of alignment and how do you know if you're in alignment, okay? As we progress within the age of Aquarius, there's going to be situations that don't fall into our favor. No matter which direction we feel that is meant for us, whether it be in a relationship, somewhere to live, a job, let's say it falls through. And you had such high hopes for whatever it is that is falling out of your life. It creates dis-ease, discomfort. And it's like you got to swallow the truth. You got to swallow the facts of rejection, the facts of not knowing what's next. I literally confronted somebody yesterday and I told them everything. And I said, if you aren't in alignment, well, I didn't say alignment, but if you can't see me for who I am and you still decide to mock me, then we can't be. We can't be in a friendship or a relationship, period. Who you are is a testimony to your spirit. You cannot become enlightened, become spiritual to such a aviation, and then play around with people who don't understand your frequency, who aren't an energetic match. Because what happens is, if you are a very high frequency being, like if you can speak to source, you are communicating to the unseen, you have visions, you have goals. If that person isn't in alignment with your goals, sorry, I was making bread. If those people aren't in alignment with your goals, then what's going to happen is your energy, your manifestation power is going to get leaked into whoever is around you. Because everything is energy, everything is an exchange. So if you're a high frequency being and you're with a low vibing person, then what happens is your light is getting siphoned. It's just because it's not equal. Dark is heavy. Enlightenment is light. You rise, you ascend. You're man, you flow. People with dense energy, they're like, yeah, man, they're fucking miserable. Their ego. They think they know everything. They think that if they work harder, they'll get more. No. They think of status. They think of looks. They think of, how can I control you? How can I make you feel on my level based on how I treat you and how I show up in the world? That's not the currency no more. And so I literally told this individual yesterday, I said everything. I was like, man, if you can't vibe with me, if you can't be a frequency match with me, then we can't be, period. And then this individual blocked me. We've been doing this for many, many moons. So, yeah, like whatever. But as soon as I let this person know, all of a sudden, my chest expanded. My back was liberated. Like it literally was like somebody went, I was carrying the burden of littling myself to make somebody else comfortable out of the fear of losing them completely, which was causing an energetic disconnect within thyself, right? Because I'm so disrespecting myself. I would rather be alone, period. Let's talk to tarot. I release the fear. I release the confusion. I am protected. Right? Conflict. Bad business. Right? Because it's bad for business, man. It's bad for manifesting. It's bad for healing. So when I told this person, homies, I said, yeah, man, I am who I am. And if you can't align with that, and if you think it's hogwash, and if you're going to continue to mock me, continue to judge me, well, home skillet, that's bad for business. Because we are in endings in defeat. lying, backstabbing, betrayal, enemies. You are going to be shown Most High who your enemies are by how your body is reacting, period. Period. You know, like I'm so grateful through the mental torment for me to get to this level of understanding. You know, I was driving and I started crying because I was so happy. I was so happy to be so miserable for so long. I was so happy to be suffering for so long because my suffering is over. Because I had to see the truth of people in my life. I had to see the truth in my capability of being and of thriving in the understanding of source energy. You know, people mock me like, oh, where's your blessings, Emily? I am a fucking blessing to thyself and to my family, my children, and to the people who understand the message. 555 on the timer. We must take into consideration how we are a mirror, okay? We mirror people. We mirror everything. We are in the age of energy, so you are going to start seeing people through your limitations. So as we evolve, as our awareness fine-tunes, as our awareness can scan somebody, we can feel them, we can see them for who they are, and it's going to trigger, okay, are we attached through abandonment? Are we attached through fear? Are we attached through not feeling good enough? Are we attached because of fear of money? Or are we going to listen to how our body feels, what our mind is telling us, what the signs are saying, to then overcome that limitation and to experience a new level of being? Like, I cannot tell you, man, my chest and my back are free. Like, I couldn't breathe, homies, when I had this energy in my energy. For 2 months, I got sick. And it was because I was still attached. And then when I fully projected my authority of who I am, I broke that spirit. I broke that connection. Because any entity that is harboring that soul, because our soul is original through source. So if you have ego, if you have fear, if you have limitations, you are a puppet to not the Most High. Ooh. Right? Because we have to realize what we are married to. Like, how am I married to this reality? How am I proving to myself that dreams come true? Fulfillment, positivity, optimism, success, abundance. The 10 of Cups, you are most fulfilled. Because we have to see through the illusion. We have to see the fear, the anxiety. This came up reverse. Bad news. Lack of goals. Fuck, man. Irresponsible. You have to stand your ground. Oh my gosh. Be patient. Okay? Because when you wake up to source awareness, to source energy, to who you are, you are the superiority of this matrix. This isn't through ego. This is through knowing. You master the humiliation. You master the judgments. You master the mockery. And as you endure, you rise. You rise in the power, because nothing is more truthful than our original blueprint. Cold hard truth. Look at that shit. Get out of here. And emotional intelligence is everything. And man, if you gotta cry till you're puking over a situation, get it out. Get it out. Wow. Because you are the magician. So this is the magician. You see him? He's holding up. He is making magic through how he believes his world to be. If this is a matrix and we're here to co-create our best existence, then our best existence is through the blueprint. What is the blueprint? Stay tuned.